Today is called Fearless Friday. This gentleman made a decision that he was going to sleep on the floor till he got to his next promotion. And he made a decision, and it's very few people that make a decision to stick with it. Just like long-term, it blows my mind how people get started in ACN and stop, but they stay on that job they can't stand for 5, 10, 15 years. It blows my mind. You quit the thing that could get you off of it, but you hung on to something that keeps you down. Anyway, and he decided to go to the bathroom one day, and what blew my mind when he told this story, the phone rang, and it was his boss calling, Mr. Rick K. He said, "Where are you? Are you okay?" He goes, "Well, yeah, man, why?" He goes, your keyboard ain't moving." He goes, "Man, I went to the restroom." And Sam Foster, I got to get the blankety blank out of here. If they're watching me over my keyboard strokes and I can't even afford to go to the bathroom in my own house, this is ridiculous. Folks, hey, come on, he's not the only one. So without further ado, to the one and only great Mr. Sam Backbone Foster, you got mail.
Mr. Thomas, I want to give it back to you, especially for allowing me to be on your platform. Also, Mr. Jabri Clemens, as always, being our tech guy and allowing all this to take place throughout his platform and what he does. Appreciate you, sir. Want to dive right into it. Of course, it's been a while since I did like a video. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to start with a video. That way you guys can kind of get relaxed a little bit. I got a little bit of information to give you. Of course, today is Friday. So of course, I'm getting ready to get out and about and hit these streets and peak. All right. Also, I got two guys on the call right now, and I just got off the phone with one of them, Mr. Alonzo Vance. Thank you, sir, for getting on the call. We called him last night. He called me back. We got to talking this morning, and he is on the call. So I want to say thank you, sir, and to Mr. Christian Boyd, who's also, ironically, guys, they're both ex-military veterans. I couldn't script that if I wanted to. Think about it. And it was all because I was out and about in these streets and met these two amazing individuals. Mr. Thomas, you're going to have a ball with this guy as well. I know your dad is ex-military. I told this young man, Mr. Vance, I told him when I met him a few days ago, I said, you're gonna enjoy Mr. Thomas. You guys speak the same language. He's a resident of Nevada, currently living in Florida. So you guys are gonna have a ball, all right? Mr. Clemens, if you had that video queued for me, I wanna go ahead and roll that video.
We have a desire to define that which is often undefinable. When it comes to life and its highly coveted outcomes, assessing the things that we want, we use probability to solidify things that are entirely fluid. For example, you often hear about the odds of becoming a professional football player, the odds of becoming a CEO, of going to Harvard, making 6 or 7 figures, numbers that often paint a picture of why you can't. When you hear only one in however many millions of people accomplish something, the intent is to show you that you're more likely to fall into the millions bucket than the one bucket, to show just how rare or difficult or out of the ordinary achieving that thing would be. Almost like they're being compared to a lottery, a random number generator, luck, a pursuit in which you have zero control. Think of a huge glass jar, right? 1 red marble, 3 million green marbles, and it's like you close your eyes and you better pull out that red one, otherwise you won't become the Oscar-winning actor that you dream of being. And the problem with looking at life that way is that it overshadows the most important element of success, understanding just how much control you have. The one in however many hundreds or thousands or millions wasn't born that red marble in a jar full of 3 million green ones. No, he or she just did things differently, lived differently. They didn't relinquish control, they took control, and that's the difference. That's what matters. The lottery is sitting back and hoping your numbers pull. In real life, you create your own probability every day, every minute that goes towards working towards a goal. That means you get closer. Why would you take a snapshot of the present moment in time and use that to define the likelihood that you'll live out your dreams someday down the road? It doesn't tell you anything. It's the steps along the way that make your vision a reality. Using the same metaphor, every step, every decision to push forward, every time you dig deep and find a little advantage, you're replacing one of those green marbles with a red one. Maybe you can't quantify that numerically, maybe you can't see the progress, but it's there. In fact, numbers should never scare you because they're an indicator that the vast majority of people aren't prepared to go all the way, aren't willing to do what it takes, and that you, by simply not stopping, by thinking that you can, by giving more than the person next to you, have a tremendous advantage over the rest of the world. When you hear only a small number of people make it or graduate or get accepted or win, your thought process shouldn't be, oh no, it should be perfect. This is my opportunity. Of course, the number of elite people in any arena is going to be small. Think of what it takes to get there. Think of the sacrifice needed to make it happen, the cost that must be paid. The only odds that warrant attention are the odds that you will continue forward, and you should know that they are 100%. Because when you trust yourself to find a way, when you focus on how to make it happen, you have an advantage. The world around you, they focus on why things can't happen. They see what can go wrong. They harp on the fact that it's not easy. Remaining fixated on why you can, on finding a way, means you most likely will. The terms difficult or demanding or even unlikely, they have nothing to do with you crossing that finish line if you are 100% convinced you are going to do just that. Words like difficult, they just imply that there's going to be plenty of opportunities to quit and turn around along the way, a temptation that must and will be ignored. They mean that you will be tested, that you will have to ask yourself potentially numerous times if this means something to you, if it's truly worth it. And if the answer is yes, then the numbers, the probability, the odds, they are not an adversary, they are an ally.
Wow. Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I wanted to play that video because it's been a while since I've actually played a video. I thought it struck a chord in my heart, so I wanted to share it with you. And I know some of you guys are going to have to go back and listen to it again, but I want to put it on your palette because it's very, very insightful. So, of course, these calls are being recorded. You guys can go back to Destiny International once Mr. Clemens posts the video up and go back and listen to it and really sink into it. And the reason why I say that is because, as you guys can see, I'm sitting on my stoop here at my home. And I just wanted to kind of have a little fireside chat with you guys. It's been a while since I've had one of those with you. I want to share a little bit of with you from my heart, give you guys a little bit insight. I know the last couple of weeks it's been kind of rock and roll for me, getting a lot of people on calls, getting a lot of people with Mr. Thomas, things of that nature. And I'm saying this not to brag, but I'm gonna give you guys an insight on why I'm saying it. Last week I had 11 names and numbers. This past week I had 12. And I got to thinking to myself and said, how does the average person think when they hear those numbers? Once again, like the gentleman was saying on the video, oftentimes we can get intimidated. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like everyone says, I'm not anybody special at all. Um, if you guys know a little bit about my testimony, originally from Birmingham, Alabama. Um, some of the toughest parts of Birmingham, Alabama, I really don't like to talk about. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable, but I think a lot of times it's important to shed a little bit of your skin just to let people know that they can do it. Ended up going to college strictly by accident. I actually went, as I've said before, to get the heat off me because I was rolling with a rough group of individuals and they were going to jail or getting shot at or even killed. And I was just going for maybe a semester to get the heat off me. It was really like a camouflage. I didn't intend on graduating school. And Lord and behold, I ended up graduating school, ladies and gentlemen, and getting 2 master's degrees. Go figure, two, one in public administration and one in counseling. I I was blown away too. Trust me, because I thought jail or the grave. Never thought getting a master's degree. And I'm setting this up for a reason. And I'll be brief. I'll still be brief. Oftentimes, I used to have to question myself because I found myself in a lot of circles professionally that I felt like I didn't belong in because I never had traditional background as other people. I didn't have a bunch of people in my family that graduated college that ever did anything from a scholastic standpoint. I mean, I just didn't, and I figured out why I never wanted to share this with anybody because I was embarrassed. I was really embarrassed. You know, most people would be glad and say, "Ooh, I got this, I got that," but where I come from, most people didn't have it. So if I did talk about it, especially to them, they couldn't relate. Okay. And then I found myself as I'm going up what we call the corporate ladder, I couldn't relate to them either. So I'm in the middle like a swirl. I got half my foot in, I got half my foot out. So I couldn't relate really to anybody. I was really lost. To be honest with you, I was lost. It wasn't until I came into ACN that I found myself. I'm just going to be blunt. I'm going to put it all out on the table. I'm going to be very transparent. It wasn't until I found ACN. I know we got military people on the call. I know we got all these professionals. We got people from overseas. But to totally be honest with you guys, I was lost. It wasn't until I got with ACN and I realized the difference between what we commonly call the business person and the entrepreneur. And if you're taking notes, the title of my message is bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. I don't know about you guys, but as I'm going out here and I'm prospecting just to give everybody a even playing field, as I got individuals on the call who's never done entrepreneurship before. I got people on the call that are professionals. Once again, we're all in this together. And the reason why I say this is because of this. Yeah, I got a lot of education compared to the natural eye, but education doesn't mean success. It does not. Let me give you an example. To be truthful with you guys, to be truthful, school, and I'm gonna shock some people now, Mr. Thomas. So permission to be transparent. Okay. School never teaches you how to make money. Somebody need to write that down. School never teaches you how to make money, but it will teach you how to go to work for it. Oh, I'm gonna let that sit for a hot second. Once again, school never teaches you how to make money. It'll always teach you how to go to work for it. Now, there's a huge difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman slash talker. Well, why do you say that, Sam? If you guys have ever been on social media, and whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, you guys always come, well, you commonly see now, especially since the situation started with pandemic and everything, people were posting on their profiles, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. And it always didn't sit well with me because my thing was, what is an entrepreneur as opposed to a business person? And I found something out. I'm going to share this with you guys. First of all, a business person, more often than none, works for somebody. More often than none, the entrepreneur either does not at all works for other people part-time or trying to get in that direction. Why do you say that, Sam? Everybody that's on this call, everybody that's on this call, whether you're on the team, whether you're considering joining the team, and most of you guys are on the team worldwide, you are an entrepreneur. What do you mean by that? For the skeptics that's thinking, well, I don't know if I am. Yes, you are. And you are an entrepreneur because number one, you're on the call. Number two, most of you guys are on the call all of the time. And number three, you joined something to get somewhere. And you joined something like ACN that was outside of the box. It wasn't cookie cutter. It was outside of the box. An entrepreneur is somebody that thinks outside of the box. The typical business person or the talker usually says, watch these Facebook posts and Instagrams, guys. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. It makes themselves sound important. Then they got this new thing out there, guys, and I'm going to switch to gallery because I want to see faces. They got this new thing out there, Mr. BK Walker. Maria, they got this new thing. Latasha, I see you. I see you, Ishmael in Hollywood. Sensation, I see you. Lurleen Jones, crew, I see you. I see you, Marcel, Rick K. I got you guys. Watch this. They got this new thing out there, guys, and it's called I'm a serial entrepreneur. Oh, yeah, you saw it. Oh, you saw it. You saw it on your post. You see it all the time. It's a front. It's a front. I'm going to tell you how I know it's a front, Rick K. I'm going to tell you how I know it's a front. I'm going to free somebody on this call. My guy on this call, Mr. Boyd is on the call. Mr. Vance is on the call. Let me show you guys how you can tell that we are the real deal. Because most of the time, guys, if you ever call those people or try to have an interaction with those people, they won't hit you back. Do me a favor when you get a chance. If they ever try to DM you, give them your real phone number. They won't hit you back. See, that's the real scam. You usually never will get a conversation. Notice what we do. Notice what we do. When we peep people, we get a conversation with somebody. We get a name and a number. We make it personal. We make it personal. It's not just quote unquote professional. It's personal. The entrepreneurship make it personal. If you're a real entrepreneur, you bet on yourself. If you're a real entrepreneur, that's the whole point of being an entrepreneur. You bet on yourself. Belinda, you bet on yourself. Most of you guys been on this call a long time. Captain Williams, you bet on yourself. It doesn't matter your age or your stage in life. We got younger people on the call. We have older people on the call. And everybody bet on themselves. That's a real entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is consistent. Most people on this call, watch this. They're showing their faces. That's a real entrepreneur. In other words, give you guys your own credit. Now, we know what ACN provides. Last week, I found myself kind of stuck because I was like, well, I said to myself, guys, and believe it or not, Sam actually said this to himself. I said, wow. I said, I get all these people, and sometimes I find myself kind of irritated because I can do 15, 16 people in a day. And then I wonder, I say, well, 5 people call me back. I conversate with at least 5. I found out something, Mr. Thomas. That's the law of averages. I was frustrated myself and didn't realize it was the law of averages. Think about it. I had more people call me back last night after the call and try to explain to me, well, this happened, that happened, and I get it. Then I started realizing, guys, it was the law of averages. The guy that's on the call right now, Mr. Vance, he texted me back late last night. I talked to him this morning. It wasn't like he didn't want to do it. Life can kind of get in the way, and because we are real entrepreneurs, we have to expect that. That's what we have to understand, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes we can get caught up in our feelings and say, oh, they wishy-washy. They acting like this. No, 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 no. They're just human. Why do you say that? Because most people have never done anything like this in their life. Most people at best, they're traditional. They went to school, they got a good job. Now the good job is no longer good anymore at all. Trust me. You got a lot of people praying that you give them a call. And the ones that look like they're not interested, make them a customer. They doing your services anyway. They might as well get on the wholesale side instead of being on the retail side. And don't be afraid to tell them. Also, what looks like watch this is one of my favorite lines, ladies and gentlemen. I said, looks like making money. One person texted me this week and said it's a strong no for me. Do you realize something I put together my backbone and posture? She said it's a strong no for me and emphasized no with like 4 or 5 O's behind it, as if I was gonna shrivel up like a raisin in the sun. I text her right back, Daryl Ranson. I text her right back. I said, awesome. Looks like making money. I don't even have to read a note. I said, and I said so much. I said, looks like making money is not on your plate right now, but saving money should be. I sent her my website and I said, shop now. Somebody could really use a blessing. Come on now. How's that for smacking your face? Well, why'd you do it like that, Sam? Well, I want to exercise a little backbone and posture there because I felt like, unless I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen on the call, and I know this call gonna go out to more people, but unless I'm wrong, watch this. We are the real entrepreneurs. We actually have the goods. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Don't cut me out, Jabri. Don't cut me out. Let's not have technical difficulties. Do you guys realize that we actually have the goods that we talk about? We don't have to go on social media and say we entrepreneurs or serial entrepreneurs. And then when somebody want to reach out to us, we duck off, we hide, we don't call them back. We don't have to do that. If you DM me, I'm DMing you right back. Matter of fact, I'm giving you my phone number. I want to talk. I want to talk because we 100% have the goods. Why do you say that, Sam? Because in ACN, and it's going out to the masses, we under promise and over deliver. Watch this. 29 years. 29 years. We debt free. We don't owe nobody a dime. We've been in the black so long, we don't know what white or red look like. Yeah. We've been in the black. We stay in the black. And we have acquired / taken over companies that you guys know of that other people don't even know we did behind the scenes. We got people that I talk to that say, oh, I'm affiliated with so and so and so and so. I say, you must not have been in a while. And they said, what you mean? I said, because we acquired that company. Now that's ACN. Then they go on my website and find out it's true. Come on now, because I talk to the people. I want all the smoke. BK, I want all the smoke. Think about it. I talk to them like that. See, I'm the entrepreneur that wants the conversation. Why? Because we do facts, and nothing but the facts in ACN. That's all we do. So if you can go on my website and get the facts, the wrong person will not call me back. The wrong person can't call me back. Number one, they're ashamed. Maria, they're ashamed. Ursula Allen, the wrong person is ashamed. Why? Because what I gave them were the facts. Now they can come back to me with all that malarkey, but I'm giving them the facts. And if you guys can keep in your mind who we are, what we do, and how we get paid, and you guys know I've said this so many times I can't even think about it. The comp plan we got, let me be transparent because it's in print. Mr. Thomas, I'm gonna be transparent. Where can you go on God's green earth and initially do 3 services that you're already using See, this is gonna help somebody today. 3 services you're already doing your first 30 days. Watch this and get $75. I know somebody on this call is laughing at $75, but watch how our co-founders are so slick in this. Oh, they slick. They good slick. They good slick. Watch this. They say 2 more services is $200. I'm gonna emphasize this because somebody that's not on this call need to get this. You just went from $75 for 3 services with just 2 more services. You jump, watch this, to $200. You just had an upswing of $125 without even thinking about it. That's upfront money. Mr. Thomas, that's upfront money. So that means for something you were already doing, services you were already doing that, we didn't introduce them to you. We didn't run up behind you. We didn't have to drag you. We didn't have to pull you. We didn't have to be Neanderthals, beat you across your head and say, you better do these services. You were already doing them. And these guys are so good at it, they said, we're going to make it 5 services because quite honestly, most people got 5 services already. So for something they was already doing, we're going to give them $200 upfront money. I'm not even talking about the back end, the residuals. Up front is $200 for 5 services. In your back office count is 1. Well, go on your job. Go on your job later on the day when you get off your lunch break. Go on your job Monday and tell your boss, if I refer 5 people to this company with your name tag on, your laminate, all that, say every time I do 5 people, I want you guys to pay me out $200. Mr. Thomas, I'm all the way out there now. I'm all the way out there. I'm out there in that water. Watch this. Tell your company. No. Tell your company. If I do 5 services, you guys are gonna have to pay me $200 or I'm out of here. They're gonna call security and escort you off the property. Why is that? Because the average company, not person, the average company cannot pay you like that. And by the way, Lurleen Jones, crew, that's upfront money. That's not even talking the back end, because people start to tell you like this if you ain't got that backbone and posture when you're picking them. That ain't no money. Yes, it is. That's $200 direct deposit into your bank account every time you do it. Now, I've said it before. Anybody that's on this call, the 70, 80 people on this call, when they don't pay that out, call me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a real entrepreneur in ACN, you'll never get that call. 29 years, they've always paid out. They've always under promised and over delivered. Always. Come on now. These are facts. Facts and nothing but the facts. So if you guys are going to use a tool in your arsenal, you may want to give these people the facts. And the ones that run away from it or duck and hide, they wasn't supposed to be on your team no way. At best case scenario, they could be your customer because they can't deny they're not doing your services. Come on now, somebody gonna get this revelation on this call today. Today you gonna get it. Watch this. If you just do that, ladies and gentlemen, watch your business blow up. And you do not have to worry about the people that don't do it. Why? Because you can never say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. Why? Because at the end of the day, whether you've been a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company or whether you just walking in the door for the first time, watch this. It's an even playing field. Mr. Thomas is a senior vice president of this company. Top of the top. It don't get no higher than that. If it do, you're going to bust your head on the ceiling. Come on now. But at the end of the day, the comp plan is the same. And if you ever get to his level, it's even better. Now watch it. I didn't even talk about the extension of what we do. I just kept it basic. Why? Because I want the average person to get the concept that we are real entrepreneurs over here. See, that's when the people don't call you back, don't get frustrated. Watch this. Throw your own party. When people don't call you back, You better throw your own party. That means you're doing something right. That don't mean you're doing something wrong. That means you got the goods. People hide when you got the goods. They only come out the front. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Sensational. I'm going to say it again. People front when they come out. When you got the goods, they run and hide. I've never seen a company like this in my life. These boys paying out more money by accident than most people on the planet pay out on purpose. I'm going to say it again, Mr. Thomas. These boys paying more money by accident than most people on the planet is paying out on purpose. And it's not ironic that we're the world's largest producer of essential services on this planet. Most people miss me when I say that. I say on the planet. They think I said 2 years. They think I said 9 years. I said we've been doing this 29 years. A 2 and a 9. A 2 and a 9. Let's get it. Let's get it right. A 2 and a 9. Most people don't even say that. You picking somebody, you better say it. You better say it and stand up strong when you say it. Why? It's credibility. It's credibility. Why you won't be strong enough to push credibility? Well, I don't know. I do. You're doing the services anyway. Why don't you text them back and say that? Mr. Thomas, I've never seen so many jelly belly people in all my life. Text them back and say that. Just tell them you're doing the services anyway and watch them say something back to you. See, I like that. I like to smoke. I like to smoke. I like them to text me back and say something smart to me. Because I just throw the facts back out to them, y'all. I throw the facts back out to them. Watch this part. If you throw the facts back out to them, not only is it going to do itself, but remember, if you text it to them, number one, you're not arguing with them. And number two, they got to see that. Oh, they got to see that. See, your proof is already in your pudding, ladies and gentlemen. It's already there. It's already there. You guys have to realize this. The proof is already in the pudding. We're not reinventing something. We're the world's largest at what we do. We're one of the first privately owned companies to ever hit the internet. Once again, for y'all who not educated in ACN, we were global before global was an it thing. Let me say that again, Mr. Thomas. We were global before global was an it thing. Do you guys realize a lot of these Fortune 500 companies like AT&T, Spectrum, they're under us. They're on our site. When they go on your site, they see independent business owners. You hit that shop now tab, all these people are under you. I go in Walmart all the time, my new favorite place, by the way. And I walk up and down the aisle to these people that's doing Spectrum and all this other AT&T. And I tell them boldly, Mr. Thomas, more backbone and posture than you can shake a stick at. I said, you work for me. I wait them to give me a reaction. Then I show them my website. I hit the shop now tab. I said, what's that on your shirt? They look at their shirt. I said, look on my site. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, I don't know about you, but at the top of my site, it say independent business owner. Then it says all of those affiliates are under me. And we getting $200 for every 3 additional services is $200. They wouldn't give that to you at your job if you died 3 times and came back to life. Oh yeah. They would not be able to do it. Why? They'll go out of business. They will literally go out of business trying to pay that kind of payout. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. It's Keep It Real Friday now. It's Keep It Real. Your job could never do that, and their job can't either. Their job can't never pay them out like that. That's upfront money. BK, that's upfront money. We're not even talking about the residuals off the money because they say, it don't work. We ain't even hit the residuals. The upfront, they paying that out upfront. The residuals gonna meet itself in the back end by default. Let me say that again, Mr. Thomas. The upfront money kills the storm. The back end duplicates after itself because you're gonna get that back end money month after month, after year, and growing. And we're not even talking about if somebody joins your team and get qualified. Now, I'm gonna stop it right there because if I get into that, somebody may say, this is against the law. They can't be paying out like that. Well, we got about 80 people on this call. And if 80 people can testify to us paying out like that, I told y'all, when my new people hit their bonus, they rarely call me. See, because that money shut them up. They do the complaining till they get that money. Then I have to call them back. Ishmael, I have to call them back and say, you get your money? Come on now. I think I did. Quit playing. You know you got it. You know you got it. I saw you hit your bonus. Come on now. But that's what they don't talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the best company known to man that has, in my opinion, that has ever been created. Why is that, Sam? Because we pay out exactly what we say. So that's why there should not be a problem in the world with you guys sending out that video. Because I tell all of my prospective people, listen, what that video says is what we pay out. I said, pay attention to three things. Watch this, y'all, if you're taking notes. Who we are, what we do, and how we get paid. That's coming straight from the co-founder. If you stick to the script, you never have to worry about deciding between an entrepreneur and the average business person / talker. Why is that? Because at the end of the day, I said it last week, if you work it or work it, and all you had to do, and look like you guys have done this, is bet on yourself. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's been my time.